e-gaming bets. Online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back. We are here with the CIS qualification for Shanghai. Only one team is going to be getting through this whole qualifier. We just witnessed Tengri manage to take down Spray and Pray. They will be heading off to the next stage. And looking to join them, we've got Comanche and forZe. One team a little bit more difficult to say than the other one. And, well, one team I actually don't know too much about. I've seen SNK before. Obviously, he was actually in the Tengri roster beforehand, so that's a name I recognize. Other than that, this team is a little bit of a mystery to me. We've got someone called Die, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know why he's called Die. It's sort of quite... It's going to be quite an interesting name to say, because it's going to be like, he's pushing Die, and it almost sounds like I'm talking about the guy, or like talking about the person who was pushing Die. Either way, hoping we'll be going into this one relatively soon. The voice is back. For me, it never leaves. It's a little bit different. For you, it's like, okay, maybe a few hours, depending on how long you actually stay here. For me, this voice is there forever. And it's annoying. I hate myself. I was going to get quite depressed. I hate myself. No. I don't. I'm beautiful. Inside and in. Either way. Now we're going to be going into our knife round, starting off on Inferno. I wasn't actually given the veto for this match, so I don't actually know what the next map is. So I'm quickly... Yeah, if sound has dropped for a reason, because I may be checking a website known as HLTV. The second map is going to be Mirage, and then the third will be Overpass, and this is the pick of forZe. Now, if I was going to go for one of these teams, I normally say go with what you know. It's safe when it comes to food. Like, obviously, if you're in a foreign country, you want to be trying the local delicacies at the same time if you're doing something where you don't want to get sick. Normally stay with what you know. So you go with, like, McDonald's or something. Well, actually, McDonald's makes me feel sick. But it's beside the point. It won't kill you. So I'm going to go with forZe, mainly because it's the one I know. It's the team that I've actually witnessed play. I know that Little is an absolute tank. I don't know who Speed 4K is, though. New player? New player, Mr. Speed 4K? Let's have a little look. What was he done before? Who's he played for beforehand? Yes, I realise sound has dropped again. He played for... TG Firestorm? Firestorm actually played against Spartak, so clearly somebody that they've known before. Yeah, not someone I actually know too much about, so I'll be interested to see him slot into this roster and how that's going to work out for forZe. Obviously, swapping a few players around recently. Let's see if it actually pays off for them, and well, if there's anybody who's going to be sort of stepping up to the level of Little, we could actually have a pretty good team on our hands. Robin is one of the best Latvian players. I think I don't remember too many players from Latvia. I remember Flaric. I remember him, and I remember Cree. These are another one. Those are the two that spring to mind. There's probably a couple of others that I would recognize if I saw them. And there's probably one or two actually on my friends list as well. So if I've forgotten you and somehow you see this, I apologize, because that happens sometimes. Oh yeah, Prelidan. I've heard that name as well. See, that's the thing. There's probably quite a few that if you name them, I would know who they are. But I just have a very, very bad memory. There's a guy called, I think it's Gekons as well. But then he was also running tournaments. So I don't know how good his Counter-Strike career was actually going. And if you run tournaments instead of playing in them, maybe not so well. Either way, we are going to be going into our pistol round 4s. We'll be starting over on that T side. And it is going to be Severin with the bit of utility. They don't actually have a kit. There's no kit on the CT side, which is quite interesting that they've gone for utility over a kit. It's likely that they're going to be trying to set this up over towards that B side of the map already, though. It will be Speedy to find that first kill. Nice work from Robin to actually trade 2 back in return. So already the T's at a disadvantage, and because of that, CT side are just going to fall back. Rotation will be coming in. Robin is going to stay here alone. He's already done it versus a couple of players, so they clearly trust him. Rotation off from Severin, just in case they do lose Arch side, and he will be able to just make sure that nobody's pushing round in behind. And forZe, all they've really done so far is just wait. Play things nice and patient. Make sure that when it comes to this round, the CT side are going to have very little information of where they actually are. It's going to come down a lot to Robin. Now, the smoke's going to go in. He needs to get at least 1 kill here. That's all in fact, 1 kill will be fine, because it'll give them a decent chance in the retake. If he goes down without anything, then that'll be a bit more of a problem. Severin over the top. He will fall. So now, it really is important that Robin at least gets 1. Going to be spotting Jerry just round the corner, and they're going to try and take this together. Looking for 2, and he's not going to be able to do it. But, as said, he at least gets 1. It's a 2v2 retake. There isn't a kit on the CT side, so they are going to have to move nice and quick. Get their feet are running. And SNK, the man who used to play for Tengri, definitely a talented individual. We'll see what he can do. He may not need to, because you got Die pushing in. That's a first. Looking for the second, but it's actually face crack. Manages both kills, and it will be forZe to take the pistol. Now, I'm just going to check. What country? I can't remember the name of the country that both of them are from. I know the flag. Is it like Kyrgyzstan? Kyrgyzstan or Kyrgyzstan? I don't know. Either way, they're both from the same country, so I'm sure in that retake they should have had decent communication, maybe switching languages. I don't actually know what language they speak in Kyrgyzstan. Is it Kyrgyzstanian? I'm a bit of a... I'll be honest. When it comes to a lot of languages, I'm pretty ignorant. And self-proclaimed ignorance, which, if anything, is probably worse. Because normally when you're ignorant, at least you don't know, and then it's just sort of you being stupid. Whereas with me, I know I'm ignorant, and then still haven't done anything to change it. Either way, 1-0, T-side, thanks to Facecrack. They speak Russian. Okay, well, I suppose that makes a lot of sense, considering they're playing with Russian players. Nice start, though, from Robin again. He managed a couple of kills at the beginning of the last round. He's going to look to do the same here. Okay, 5-7. Doing very well, actually. His teammate actually managed to get the other one. Little always playing with a pistol. Very much irritates me. But he will retrieve an AK at least. A Druid. I've probably said your name different every single time I've said it. 2 AKs at least still in the hands of the T's, but Mr. Tony Black, also known as Kabakin, is pretty low on HP. Little is going to be the one planting the bomb. So at least there's some money for the T side if they do somehow manage to lose this round. Severin still has a UMP, and actually Robin will pick up one as well. Don't have a kit once again, so they're going to have to move pretty quickly, find these kills as fast as possible, and just holding the angle is going to be little with that AK-47. Looking for anybody who's going to be crossing in. Does actually miss the first shot, but will get the second, and his teammate in Robin is pretty low on HP. May want to try and save, but Kabakin will close things down. So a couple of close rounds for forZe, but it will still be them taking the 2. Now, Robin could invest back into another pistol if he really wanted to. In fact, they're going to pick up a couple of HEs. I don't think anybody else on the team should really invest, because I want to see that utility in the next round. But we'll see how much damage they can actually do. A little bit of lag on the server, so... or maybe just on GoTV. Going to be a quick push down middle. Nade's not going to do too much. Has to be a spin around from Speedy. Facecracker is actually going to pick up a couple of kills with that MAC-10. Worthy trade, as he will get $1,200 back. Okay. Quebec is actually pretty low on HP, so he's just going to fall back and leave it to someone else to try and find the final kill. SNK already managing one, so every bit of damage will help him out, but Jerry jumping around with that SMG will make some extra cash. You can already see Little currently $8,000. He buys down that AWP. But that's a huge amount of cash already. Oh, good droid. If you got money to spare, go on, you throw some my way. You can buy me a Medusa, please. One day that'll work. One day somebody will buy me one, and then I'll put that in or something. Oh, okay, that looked like it was a hit. Just gonna be coming through. Robin will be there to start things off. He's been doing pretty well so far, at least getting the entry kills for them. Face crack round in the corner. Nice shot from him. Obviously not looking like there was any head armor on Die. We'll go down. Not going to be able to retrieve the rifle, so it's still only going to be a UMP for him. And 4 HP as well, so no trade left. Or yet, sorry. But they still have little on that AWP. And this guy, it's genuinely, it turns at times that forZe can become the little show. And I don't mean that. It sounds patronizing. Like, oh yeah, they're just small. No, he's insane. Sometimes he's a little bit hit and miss. And at the moment, his teammates are getting shut down. Nice work from Severin. Leaving it onto Robin on the site. Rotation will be coming back in. They know exactly what the play is now. And that smoke has missed quite badly. Leaves quite a big gap. But there is Little. Misses another shot. That's the second one already in this round. He's been given 2 openings. We'll spot the shots coming through. The gap in the smoke may help him out a little bit. 4 players now trying to push back into the site. Surely this is going to be impossible. Nice work from Little. He will be able to find one, but now he's all the remains of this defense. Just waiting for the push to come through. Gets that second kill. Looking for the third. Again, that looked like it was on him, but not quite hitting. Another for Little. Turns into the 1v1. It's all going to come down, and Little will clutch it. Just as you mention him, just as you bring him up. He gets 4 kills, clutching it versus this CT side, and even with a couple of missed shots in the mix, this guy is absolutely ridiculous. CT side. Just gonna have some pistols. Few nades gonna be thrown down, trying to do some early damage. Okay, we'll actually start things off with the CZ, however. Not going to be a trade back, at least onto SNK, but his teammate will go down. Lots of damage done. Actually going to be a kill. Little somehow gets killed through his teammate. His teammate doesn't die. A little bit frustrating. And also, a lot of low players now. Jerry is probably the one we want to be looking at. Already manages to pick up one. Remaining 2 players on full HP. Or were on full HP. Very close. Flashed out. Hits the shot, but doesn't actually do that much damage and almost loses his life as well. Robin going to be the only one left alive and may just want to try and save his Kevlar, but look how low these remaining people are. Eventually, Jerry will close down the remaining players, so it is another on the board. 5-0, but now the CTs come back with their own buy. Die is going to have the AWP. Rest of the team going to be sat with rifles and a decent amount of utility. lots of utility expended towards Banana. CT side have managed to take control using the deep smoke. Fairly common strategy, and it normally allows them to sort of set up a second player over towards that A side of the map, or the second player who's normally on B. Gonna be Die holding. Doesn't manage to connect the shot, and actually probably should have waited there. A little bit impatient, but it will be erased to actually get the first kill of the round. Rotation back from him as well. We'll be able to spot out, but he's quickly finished off. It is only going to be a trade, but at the moment it seems like they've come out on top. Only one man going to be left, and Little, although he takes one with a quick shot, is still going to be going down. 5-1. P side should comfortably be able to rebuy. The question is, can they now reset their opponents and make things very difficult for them going forward? Where's the Russians? Probably on the Russian stream. Where is stream bonus? I don't know. Maybe it's not running. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a little button. Okay, maybe not. I'll do it after the end of the round. See if it works. Die going for the peek into middle once again. Looking towards second mid at least for now. Banana control is going to be into the hands of this T side when they want it, but they've got to expend a lot of utility, and already Erased is going to be going down over towards that short side. And like, again, Dias doesn't manage to quite find that opening kill. He's maybe a little bit more hesitant to push into this B side now. Going to be two players waiting, but once you get a pick on the other side, there's always that temptation to rotate back and go towards the site, which you can sort of gamble will have less players on unless there's been a quick rotation. It looks like the T's are almost hoping that they've rotated an extra player off the B site, but they are going to throw the smokes down, leaving them isolated. They can't see too much with the cross, and actually we're going to have a wraparound. Robin has to be pretty careful because there's going to be players coming in from behind him. In fact, two just walking back. He finds the first, but doesn't manage the second, and now it's all onto Severin on the site. Has to try and hold them off. Does manage a first. Looking for that second onto Jerry, but it's not going to be happening. And now, well, Die makes it possible. He catches one. Now, the problem is, if Jerry goes down, the last man is actually pushing him from behind, and he is going to fall. The question is, can Quebec and get there in time? He's going to spot out first. Takes the kill. And now just going to pop flash out, but it's just going to be a fake defusal. Not enough time to even do anything here. And dies without a kit. Didn't stand a chance. Nice rotation from Quebec, and he manages to shut down the remaining two. And it's going to be 6-1 in favor of forZe. CT side are going to be investing into this one with just pistols, but after a complete reset in the previous round, it's going to be pretty difficult to hold on to this one. And already, every single player on B just gets slaughtered by speed. Server, hello? Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay, SNK's now dead as well, supposedly. Don't know what just happened there with the Go TV, but I'm just going to see a wonderful start for speed. Speed by name, speed by nature, cleaning things up very quickly. CT side now having to go for an eco round, and, well, it's going to be pretty difficult for them here. It's looking like Facecrack is, oh sorry, Jerry is looking to try and make a little bit of extra cash. He's got that UMP. CT side is just going to completely stack this B site. Has been the favoured of the two for forZe so far. And other than the sort of left side smoke we saw from forZe, it's been pretty basic as well. Aggressive pushes into the site. Speed. Looking to try and farm up a little bit. We'll even see a TK come in for Severin. If they can get rid of speed, there's actually another weapon in this corner to try and hold on to. Little will rotate around to support to make sure they don't get to hold on to this remaining weapon. And, well, SNK going to be completely alone. Again, the aim here is for him to try and retrieve an AK, but he's got multiple players pushing in. Almost manages to take down Kabakin. But it's not going to happen. Now the CT side, well, they will have themselves a buy. It is only going to be rifles, not enough money for an AWP. And once again, well, their utility's a little bit better because Severin is actually able to buy a FAMAS instead and get all of that utility. But you have to actually wonder if that's going to be enough to hold off this push. Robin gonna be taking deep smoke. Complete control of Banana. T-side are just not going to care. They're going to go pushing straight in. The flashbang is perfect. Face Crack gets both entries. Only one man left. His Die is trying to push back through the smoke. He will spawn onto Little, who actually misses the shot. Gives him a chance, but throws his weapon away. And Kabakin is going to be quick to trade. Now Severin and Robin, the only one left at the moment. Peek out from Kabakin showing that he can AWP too. And Robin, well, he has been the one sort of player that you look at the moment and say he's been doing okay. Don't think he's going to be holding on to a 1 versus 4. And he is just going to opt to duck out of the round 4s. Looking unstoppable at the moment. 9-1 up. Robin has to be pretty careful here because there is a flank coming in as well. Jerry looking to try and sneak in from behind and remove that weapon. The rest of the team look like they've completely run out. And Beatty just going to hold on to the site. Spotted out. Oh, that's not a good scenario. The one rifle will be gone. It is going to be 9-1. Favor of forZe. Now, it does look like they've got a couple of players who... Oh, wow. Yeah, the two guys from, what's it, Kyrgyzstan. Really struggling with ping. 107 and 108. Those two. Jerry will be able to get the first couple of kills, but the pushdown has actually done an awful lot of damage. Again, making these rounds ever closer, but Face Crack is going to end it. Looking to try and retrieve that AWP, which he will not be able to do, so that's at least a little bit of extra cost. Now the CT side are going to be investing into a double AWP setup. Robin and Die. Robin obviously playing over towards that B side of the map, so looking to try and find that opening over there. Doesn't have much utility. Has a smoke they can throw. It's actually going to be Die already, peeking into middle, down from Little. Little hasn't had a huge amount to do so far. The one time he has been in a clutch situation, he actually 1v3'd. Got 4 kills. And already in this round, they do have that opening pick. Robin looking to try and find a return, but right now it's not going to be happening, and they do manage to take control of Banana without too much hassle. Side. Around. Back and looking to try and push in, but they haven't actually spotted. There's still a man on the balcony that they've completely avoided, but Raze just walks straight back into them. And now the remaining CT players are probably going to have to try and save here, unless SNK can find a quick pick with this AWP. Instead, Little is just going to shoot straight back through and finds one more. 11-1. Holy cow. Comanche are getting absolutely slapped at the moment. I'm not really sure what they can do to change. They're just losing pretty basic entry kills coming out from forZe. Aggression onto the site seems to be enough. The remaining players are even going to look to try and take these weapons out. So much money over on that T side that they just don't care about losing any of these weapons. If they can even take one of the remaining 2 out of Comanche, it will severely reduce the chance they'll force into the next round. Although, the fact is, it's getting to the point of no return anyway. With 11 rounds up on the T side, you have to sort of wonder if they do need to just force the issue here. Peak going to be coming out. The remaining 2 players will just hold passive. We are going to have a buy back in for this CT side. Gary going to be leading the charge over towards Banana. Once again, control has been given to them by the CT side, although a lot of the time, if they wanted it, they've been able to take it anyway. It was only the early rounds with pistols in play that we saw any real damage done. You have a warm voice that you should talk way more. I just give myself pauses so that I don't lose my voice. That's the only problem. I just want to make sure that I'm able to cast, because a lot of the time, if I'm just screaming too much or even just filling the dead air, it will sort of just knacker my voice out by the time we get to like a few days in a row. Robin, decent position from him. We are going to have Jerry peeking the angle, but Robin will finally get the pick with that AWP. He's been quiet for the last couple of rounds. Instead, after the AWP has been spotted, we're going to see the rotation out from this T side, pushing into the hands of SNK. Has support as well from Dai. There we go. Nice entry from Speed. He does take a lot of damage. Robin has all rotated in with that AWP. The flashbang catches him, but he's still going to be alive, at least for now. However, Kabakin will be there to trade into a 3 versus 3 once again, but the time is ticking. There's still a man that they have to deal with in the pit, and also they have to be a little bit careful of the man on site as well in the form of SNK, who spots out Little, reaches around for a second, but it will be erased to close it. Finally, Comanche will get themselves a second round on the board. But there's still the chance that the T side will just bounce right back, reset them, and take this in a 13-2. Here we go. Let's see if Comanche can at least win the last few rounds of the half. forZe so far haven't looked to take their foot off the gas for even a second. Every single player having huge impact, and Kabakin straight through the wall manages to get that opening. A horrific start. A painful loss for Erased as well, as he goes down to something he can't really control. However, SNK with the aggression will be able to pick up one. Little is going to quickly move his vision back. He's going to try and catch one as they cross, but in the meantime, it's just push onto the site. Trades going either side. Little's still trying to hold. Wraparound will come in from Arch. They are actually going to get back in. Decent position from the CT side to try and make this retake happen. Already, SNK will be able to pick up one. Jerry looking for the trade back, but he has to worry about the man from above, who is going to drop down, but he catches that kill as well. Smoke. It's going to be going onto the bomb, and actually, it's in a horrible position. This is going to be a straight defuse. I don't think there's anything the remaining players can do about it, and although the dunk comes in onto Little, which is a nice little thing to witness right near the end, it is still going to be a third round on the board for Comanche. However, the T side, no troubles actually buying into this next round. It will be 11-3. But still a chance for a fourth. Robin once again set up with this AWP, and he's going to hit the initial shot as well. Important. Little is gone from the round. Hasn't been the one right at the top so far. It's actually been face crack. Back and now going to fall. It seems like the CT side may have finally rectified some of their problems. However, the question is it too little too late? The pistol already going to be playing a big part. Whether or not they are going to be able to hold on to this round. Tees are going to look to take control of Banana, but the Molotov may make things a little bit interesting. Hot flash out. Face crack still manages to get the pick. Isn't going to be any trade back as of yet. Now the rest of the team are going to look to go pushing. 2 players on this B side at the moment. It has been a big win for them so far. This B site has definitely fallen the majority of the time, but it doesn't look like it's happening this time. Face Crack will only manage 1, and it will be an 11-4 half. forZe firmly in the lead. But the last 3 rounds did go the way of the CT side, and maybe off that they can build a little bit of momentum. Here we go, though. Pistol round going to play a big part. If the CTs can win it, I do fear that this game may be over. T-side. And CT side, in fact, all just going for Kevlar. No utility at all. Not a kit, not a smoke flashbang, nothing. Interesting to see this little setup at the bottom from the T's. And Jerry may be about to push into it. It will actually be Comanche to start things off. First kill goes his way. Trade not looking like it's in sight. Now the push comes in, however. Little still doing work, though, and he has support from Jerry. Only SNK left. At least if he gets some kills, he can buy something a little bit more interesting going into the next round. Maybe a UMP. Or a Deagle with some armor and maybe a couple of nades. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. He'll get 1, but it will be a 12-4 half. Or 12-4 pistol now. As T-side are, well, in a horrible position. They need to break back here and now. Interesting. CT side actually going to go full SMGs. So there's actually a decent chance that the T's could take this round. This is a very risky strategy. It has a lot of utility, which will make things quite a bit more difficult for Comanche when it actually comes to sort of breaking into these sites and getting map control. But at the same time, it's going to be very difficult for the CTs in terms of what they're doing. However, this time, they're looking to just run and gun down to the bottom, but it is going to be the T side just waiting for them. Yes, they have the map control. Seems like the T side are just waiting patiently. And has managed to push out onto the site. Face Crack, I don't think he hears the steps. So SNK now has a massive position in terms of a flank available. The rest of the team are going to look to try and push around. SNK from behind manages to pick up a first and a second as well. And already, what turned out as sort of an initial bit of aggression has really bit this CT side in the back. Looking to try and finally get one of their own, but look at the amount of damage already done by this T side. Little. We'll be able to find one back. And he's making more money for himself at least. Looking for a second. Now, they do still have a chance to actually retake this site. They do have a kit onto Jerry as well. He's very low on HP, and he's going to go down. And Erase is just looking to try and fall back. In fact, actually gets a second. Comanche, he's just going to opt to try and save his weapon. And it will be a breakback for Comanche. They give themselves a lifeline. A bit of hope in this match. However, I do imagine we'll see the CTs actually force into the next round. Especially because Little should be able to afford a rifle for himself. Both sides will be buying in. As said, Little has been able to afford a rifle. Peek out into mid to try and take some early aggression. Only actually 2 of their own over on that T side. So again, there's a decent chance the forZe will be able to break things back. This time, a much more passive hold from them, though. No aggression into middle. They're not throwing these sort of deep nades to try and take control. They're just going to sit back towards the site. Wait to see what sort of execute Comanche actually have for them. Boost. Pretty standard boost going to be thrown in as well. Every single player from the T side all gathered up onto Banana because it's such a passive hold from the CT side. They don't have any information. That's a nice pop flashback, leading these T sides very blind indeed. And already 2, 3 kills come in. A jump down from Jerry might be a little bit overstated as it does leave Speed alone on the site. We have got the rotation coming in from Little. Speed looking for the shots, but will actually be naded into oblivion. Almost kills his teammate, and now it's Little on the site. He has himself the rifle. He's the only one left. Can he actually do anything? No, he can't. Erased with 4 kills. Will save them here. And maybe the T's have just given themselves a chance. It looked like the CT side were going to break them straight back. Instead, they're now forced to save. They don't have enough money to invest into this round. Invested. Ooh, Dink comes in, so few low players. Every single player at the moment on the T side has a rifle. That nade does a lot of damage onto Jerry. T side are going to be making their way into a little bit of a crossfire. They have to be careful, but all 3 players without really any problems. B-side is going to be completely under their control. There is going to be a spot from Kabakan, but he will fall as well. 12-7, 5 rounds the difference, and now the CT side are going to have their buy back. M4s, no AWP for Little as of yet. And they won't have a huge amount of utility either. In fact, they may not even have a kit. Speed actually going to go for a couple of flashbangs. I was wondering if he would step up and buy a kit instead. These decision in the early rounds. Only 2 players over towards the B site this time. We saw a little bit more of a gamble in the last few rounds. Obviously, this is the first time we've seen them with more of a full buy. It's not quite full yet. They don't have all the utility, AWP. A few things missing from this buy. And they don't have a kit. T-side at least taking complete control of Banana. And apartments, in fact. Again, it's a very passive hold from the CT side, just all the way back towards the site itself. Going to be waiting patiently. A little bit more aggression now coming in from FaceCrack, but he's just around the smoke. He's on the edge of it in case anybody is just going to try and run through it and waterfall onto that A site. Instead, they are just sitting back. The area going to slow down any push, but it will give a little bit of information as to where one of these A players are. And now, well, the T's may make the decision to actually wrap back. They still have control of Banana. 30 seconds left on the clock, so they do have to make their decision. And it's looking like it's going to be a fake. They're going to try and pull players away. It seems like it's actually worked, because Little is now going to go backing away from the site. They do still have a man on Arch side, and Kabakan has to be a little bit careful now. 20 seconds left, and they're just going to fall back. But the CT side should realize, and this is where they start to rotate away themselves. It has to be down to FaceCrack here in the pit. He's got a lot of work to do. If he can drop that bomb, then there's a huge chance, because there really isn't much time. And Dies actually can't get out onto the site. Just this man alone trying to do it. But the bomb is going to make it across. Back to a 3 versus 2. Not quite going to be denied, and there is a man coming round on the flank as well in the form of Robin, looking to try and end this in his tracks. But can the CTs retake it before he manages to get in? By the looks of it, the answer is no. As Speed, I think he may have heard something. Looking to fall back through the smoke, but there is Robin waiting. 12-7. Yeah, this is the last match of the day for the Shanghai qualification. There will be 3 matches tomorrow. 2 will be on Starladder _CS_EN2. And then 1, or is it the other? No. 2 will be on _3. Starladder _CS_EN3 will have 2 CIS matches. And then the 1 EU match will be on 2. And then on 1, you'll have Hell News. There's a lot of Starladder stuff. Spray down. Sure, Sneaky. It'll cost you a lot of money. Little is going to go down as well. That doesn't look like... Well, actually, no. He should have enough money for the AWP in the next round. Nade going to go down. SNK, this is ballsy. Straight through the smoke and eventually will be shot in the face and actually gives a rifle over to Speed. Not sure I agree with his decision there to just try and take life into his own hands. FaceCrack still sat on the other side of the map. Oh. Nice to know you're only here for the skins. I love you too. Unfortunately, Speed not going to be able to hold on to that one weapon. FaceCrack is going to be waiting. If they go for a default plant, he has a chance to actually deny it. However, they're going to be planting right in the corner because they haven't cleared out everything. Peek out will come in from FaceCrack, and it is going to be 12-9. Decent comeback so far from Comanche. Maybe the game isn't over just yet. Yeah, well, that thing works. The thing that drops items. I just, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just not linked to the chat. Now we get to see that AWP onto Little, though. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. As said, he can be the man to take games into his own hands. He's been playing reasonably well, but we know that this guy can just step up. Coming out from Little. Not going to find anything as of yet. Just going to be down to this hold on the site. Little's actually rotated away. There's a lot of players coming up on Banana at the moment. The smoke onto short, or onto Arch, sorry, may have actually bamboozled this CT side a little bit as they seem to have the wrong read in terms of their ability to defend. There's still a Molotov onto Speed, so he could actually slow this push just enough to get them some time, but he needs to be in a position to actually throw it down. There we go. Molotov going to go in. Nice setup, actually clearing a lot of angles with the Molotov. Run through from Severin. Going to take an awful lot of damage, and now the rotation looking to be held by SNK. What can he do? Perfect position. Gets both kills, and Jerry is the only man trying to defend things. Absolute slaughter of the CT side. Problems definitely here, and the T's have now won 6 rounds in a row. CT side. Just going to be investing into some pistols in this round. Zeus for FaceCrack. Nice little close angle from him. Little going to be there to try and support him to make sure nobody can sneak up behind him instead. Push going to be attempted into middle. Will actually be the early kill coming in for Dies. Face crack still just waiting, hoping that somebody will push into the angle, but they all are going to be wrapping in towards that A side now. Although actually, SNK, well, he's taking a lot of damage, so he's fallen back. Kabakin has in the meantime rotated him, will be caught by the flash, but manages to at least take one T down with him. Is SNK going to get Zeus? Yes, he is! There we go. Face crack steals one. Gets a rifle into his hands. Oh, he's going to get dunked straight back, though, so it makes absolutely no difference to the round. Okay, he made things a bit more costly for the T's, but it shouldn't matter too much. And now Speed is going to be the only one left. Just going to be looking to try it and find a weapon. Now, there is one in apartments that he could look to retrieve. A couple of players lost, but you can see them just being juggled at the moment to try and stop this remaining CT player from picking up any level of weaponry. We're actually going to be trying to exit right towards where Speed is, so this could be another weapon drop. Going to go running straight in, and he'll get one. But it is just going to be the trade back from the T's. Yes, they lose 3 players, but the money not going to be a problem for them. And the CT side, again, now they've got themselves that buy. AWP in hand. Plenty of utility available. Only one round the difference. From what was a dominating performance, they were 11-1 up. It's now come right back to 12-11. Which basically means that in the time it's taken them to win 1 round, 10 have gone the other way. Hey, Cercium, it's going alright. I'm looking forward to Poland tomorrow, which should be fun. Double AWP setup, in fact, in at the moment. And Kabakan will hit that early shot, doing some damage at least. Doesn't get the kill, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate. How are you, Cercium? Second smoke going to be thrown out. Buys quite a bit more time for this CT side to play with, but it looks like we're going to have the wraparound push. Get back in here with the secondary AWP, looking to try and peek the wider angle. Not going to find anything yet, and the T's looking a little bit hesitant to which way they're actually going to be going. Again, Kabakan still holding, jumps out, and he just waits for the second player to peek. It will be a man advantage now for the CT side with only 40 seconds left on the clock. Push actually not coming in as of yet, so it is going to be the T's now rotating back. Now all of those nades are going to be expended. In the last round, they barely managed anything over on this CT side, but they will drop the bomb already. 20 seconds left. Jerry manages to find a second. He's going to be the only defense of this site once again, but they already have a 2-man advantage. Also, Little is going to rotate in. There's a gap in that smoke. Has been completely missed. Robin looking to try and get that bomb down. If he's going to do it, he has to do it quick. But actually, Little pushing it will be caught. Now they have to go for the bomb plant. All that needs to happen is for it to be dropped. And now, can they finish off that remaining player? That's the question by the looks of it. The answer's going to be no. 13-11. Interesting. Molotov actually going to be thrown over the top. Where did that land? I don't actually know where that landed. Either way, it's going to be the pick coming in for Little. Hey, Kamikaze Potato. I genuinely don't know where that went. It looked interesting. but I feel like it would have exploded in the air. Dead. T-side are going to be rotating back towards that A site. SNK actually managing to sneak around much closer than Jerry will probably expect, but it doesn't matter. He's not looking in the right direction. It will be a simple kill for the man currently waiting in the library. Rest of the T's now still looking to push out, but FaceCrack is just going to be waiting for the apartment's push. Knows the man is here and catches him with his pants down. Spray going to be going through. Severin gets dunked. And now Robin is the only one left alive. 1 versus 5. Well, make that none. As a flawless round comes in for forZe. T-side still have the cash to purchase up this time. But only 2 rounds needed to close out this series. T-side will at least get banana control this time. Starting things off with a kill as well, but they've already lost a man back in return. This double AWP setup seems to be working quite nicely, however. With Jerry down, they may be dedicating slightly more players than before over towards this B side, which could actually end up working out, because now the T's look ready to try and set up onto B. Smoke going to be thrown in to block off the cross. There's still going to be the AWPer of Little just holding. Misses the timing, though, and that gives them a chance. However, Jerry picks him off before he can get across, and the Molotov just holding them back. Peak looking to try and come in. There's still going to be the AWPer of Little just sat in the back lines, rattling off shots, waiting for people to try and push in, but it's a nice shot from SNK. Turns it into a 2 versus 2. Flank will be coming in towards Banana. SNK checks for it, but won't spot anything just yet. And the timing may have got the better of him here, as FaceCrack is now looking to try and push him from behind. And SNK is facing completely the wrong way. He will eventually spot out his opponent. Now the bomb's going to be planted. FaceCrack. Oh, he's caught out by the fake a little bit, but it doesn't matter. forZe will take their 15th round. The AWP is going to be saved. And now the T's actually start to run out of money. FaceCrack absolutely destroyed. Kabakin, however, will be there to trade. Little with another. Push going to be attempted to wrap around. And there is going to be Jerry waiting. He spotted 2 players, or at least the first. It's still going to be down to the man in pit. What can Kabakin do? Misses the first shot. SNK, he knows that there's a chance they'll be dropping him from behind. Just going to be watching the angle. However, it doesn't matter because he's got Jerry to support him anyway. It is just going to be 1 man left. Array's trying to save them in this first map, and he's not going to be able to do it. forZe will be taking the victory as the first map goes 1-0. Of course, we are going to be going into our second relatively shortly to find out who will be taking, or whether or not forZe could take it in 2 in this best of 3. The second map is going to be Mirage, and we'll be back after a short break to bring you all that action.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.